Hi guys, welcome back to the Shairi podcast. And as always, it's been a while. You know, we're not like every other vlog. We give you content every Monday. No. Our stuff is heavy stuff. So we have to take our time to customize a beautiful experience for you guys. Before we get into the episode today, I wanted to remind you guys that we are still doing the Shairi t-shirts. Ta-da, ta-da. Yes, so you can pre-order yours at just 500 shillings and we will get them to you. DM Array Records on any social media platform you can think of. If Spotify has a DM button, go and find it. Place your order, guys. Sorry. Karibuni sana to the Array Shairi podcast. And today I am happy beyond happiness and wholesomeness. We're about to have such an amazing experience, guys. Today I have my friend, my sister, my twin, my partner in creativity, my twin in music production. The titles are endless, guys. She's an amazingly talented individual, and I wanted her to meet you guys and be nice, guys. Be kind to her. She's a good person. She's my child, my baby. I will come after you if you try. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Muthoni Ni Mimi.
Hey.
We did it.
Bana, finally.
Oh my gosh, I think it's been like over a year of trying to do this.
Yeah.
Here we are,
Finally.
though. Here we are. Yeah. The slower the pace, the better the result. Yeah. Cool.
Well.
Welcome so much to the podcast.
Thank you.
So glad to have you here. So we're just gonna jump right into it. We have our tradition of we always start with your name. How did you end up calling yourself Muthoni Ni Mimi?
Well,
Spill the tea. Spill it.
okay. So Muthoni is my middle name,
Okay.
and for the longest time, like I had hated that name, like serious hate, because
Yeah.
of some incident when I was a kid that I won't get into Saizi, but
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
So even like throughout high school, I found myself calling myself by just my first and last name, or the name that my grandma used to call me by, like Nevo.
Yeah.
Lakini sasa after COVID happened,
Yeah.
you know, I'm home, I'm alone with my thoughts, and I started thinking like, I need to like discover myself again, and after school, you know, you've finished school but you've not graduated, so
You're
you
kind
can't
of
say
in limbo.
you ain't shit yet.
Yeah. You're getting there. Yeah.
So that's when I was like, let me start exploring my art. And
Yeah.
I was also in a stressful job at the same time. So when I started doing that, the name Muthoni became more meaningful to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it started to I started to feel like it embodies who I want to become, like as an artist, that part of me. And Muthoni Ni Mimi is just it's like an affirmation. It's like own that name. It is you. It is yours.
Yes.
So it is a part of you. So like just own it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Muthoni Ni Mimi this is who I am in both angles, from the background of the family and you not even liking this name to begin with, to Ni Mimi, I guess, representing now more of the creative side, the artist side.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So how did you get into poetry? Tell us about your journey in poetry. Do you remember how you started poetry?
Damn. Okay. So I used to go to the same uni with Bell and Timoji K.
Shout out. Previous visitors of the episode, guys, go and watch those episodes. Really good stuff.
So they used to perform poetry in uni. Mimi nilikuwa actor. Film
Unexpected.
actor. Yeah. So but we used to like find ourselves in the same spaces, because the people who are organizing the poetry event are the ones who are writing the scripts for the films and the plays. The poets themselves are writing scripts.
Yeah.
There's some shit we've
You've gone through it.
Mtajua tu. If you investigate, you will find them. So tukiwa uko, I sat through like a lot of the poetry sessions za kina Timo, and it was really interesting to start understanding poetry from an individual perspective. Just unajua high school poetry sucks.
And especially because of Kiswahili and Shairis and how complicated they used to make it.
I know.
I totally understand. Yeah.
So, I found myself like rediscovering poetry, and then nikiwa kwa hizo sessions, they're talking their own things. Of course, I can't meddle because,
Well,
yeah, you're third wheeling.
you have to be humble.
Yeah. So I just sit somewhere in a corner, like listening to the meeting, and then if something inspires me, I'll just write a poem about it. Najiekea hata siambii mtu. I see something else, I just write and write and write. And then after sasa Muthoni Ni Mimi became like a person who's alive.
Yeah.
Is when I started thinking like I should try and perform in this poetry. Like I should just try and put it out there. And of course, like Timo alikuwa ananiambia
Champion.
man, see you.
You're such a cheerleader.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
So nikaenda nikafanya hivyo nikaanza.
Do you remember your first stage?
Yes. Okay. So I have two stories.
What had happened was
if the people ask, my first stage was 2021. If they don't, if they investigate further, kuna time nili perform pal.
Send those links, guys. If you have that video, send us those links.
Before even Muthoni was born, I was going under Betty at that time. So it's just, one of the poems I'd written down, nili cram. I was diligent with my work, and then I got on stage and everything is gone. Yeah. So I'm shivering, and I was like, I'm never doing this shit again, and I walked away. Then when Muthoni was born, Muthoni was able to do this,
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So again, it was PAL. I went and performed Dear Black Woman for the first time.
Yeah, one of my favorites. One of my favorites for sure. Yeah.
Thank you. Me too, actually. Yes. Really talk a place flani. Anyways, so venye nilifika hiyo point yenye I can express myself, I went and did Dear Black Woman, and I felt really good just like putting that art out there and that message out there.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's July 2021, officially.
Officially. Unofficially, it was PAL. So let's talk about your creative process. What inspires your writing?
Searching. I would say like it's the people around me basically and their experiences. So if people, okay. First of all, the things that inspired some of my first pieces was I was working as a shrink somewhere.
A shrink?
Shrink.
Girl, no way.
Yeah, like ilikuwa ile final internship, like after 4th year, that kind of So I'm working, and the kind of things that would come through, like, heavy shit, and you obviously need an outlet.
Yes.
So that inspired a lot of like the struggles of the people that came through like my desk. Office. Intern anakuanga na office.
Do shrinks have offices? I think that's the question.
So that's what inspired some of the first pieces, and then after that it's just basically friends, my friends' experiences, my family members. Yeah, like those moments. Have you ever sat with like your parent and then all of a sudden you see them as a person? Like they're not mom or dad, they're just a person with experiences and shit. Yeah. So moments guys now is what I'd like to, or rather the gods draw.
So you use it as an outlet. Are there specific themes and topics that you usually feel in your heart, I have to talk about this, I have to express this topic, I have to express this matter, or do you just find yourself writing generally?
I usually write like based on like the energy and the feeling that I have at that moment.
Okay. And
then when it comes to performing now is do I feel like this is something that I want to put out into the world yet? Am I ready personally like to take this topic into the world in terms of performance? Or ikai written, say you can interpret it the way you want, you can put whatever intonations you want to it and meaning. And so train of thought.
Yeah, so just talking about how you choose what to put into what you're writing and how you're performing.
Yeah. So in that regard, it's usually about the how ready am I to put that out there? Because an example, I have a piece called God Was in the Room.
Okay.
And for that one, it's talking about the hypocrisy of marital rape happening in marriages.
Marriage.
And then you go to like a religious leader, the person who actually told you to have and told.
Yeah.
And then you try to ask for advice, and this person tells you pray about it, or this person tells you wanakuanga hivyo, endure.
Yeah.
It's God's plan.
Yeah, some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I wrote that, it came from someone close to me had an experience, and I was just so I was like, fuck. And I kept wondering, like, all the women in my previous generations in my family, mmekuwa mkipitia hii shit and just keeping quiet.
That part, yeah.
And I felt it was really important to just put that message out there. And I felt ready.
Yeah.
And then there's another piece that I think maybe 2 people have read.
We want those exclusives. We want those guys, those exclusives.
Called I See Red, which which talks about like my first experience with like my period and how it was associated with like discovering my sexuality, and then there's this whole aspect of religion. It was a whole like experience.
Yeah.
Kuna story kwa Instagram.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So the poem itself, I felt really good writing it out because it was something that, those overwhelming feelings when I need to put this in a poem.
Yes.
So I wrote it down, and then I felt still to date I don't feel comfortable or open, or I don't feel I'm there yet to like share it in the form of a performance.
Yeah.
Because
It's
deep
one of
shit.
those.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Unresolved issues.
Yeah. Okay. So do you do anything else apart from poetry that fuels into your poetry and the creative process of poetry? Any other hobbies? Any other activities?
Oh well. Now that you ask.
Now that we're talking about it. Yeah.
I have a craft. Okay, we have Crafts Connect, which is like a crafts company. We are working on it.
Show the people on crafts. Yes.
Where I mostly deal with like brass, and then we have leatherworks, we have woodwork, we have whatever you can imagine we can create.
Yeah.
You come see. You come see. Some epic notebooks.
Yes. I can confirm this. Yeah.
First client, by the way. Ebu, shout out.
Guys, humble. Thank you. Yeah. So how does so when you're like creating jewelry and you're sitting down in that moment, and do you get like inspirations for poetry?
Oh yes.
What kind of poetry comes from making earrings and rings?
The thing with these is, I make them the same way I make poetry, out of like feeling. So I'll grab like whatever stone like I'm drawn to, I'll just grab it, and I'll just literally just go with the wire and how it takes me. And since it's sort of a repetitive process, you have to like force yourself to just like calm down and center yourself.
Yeah.
You find yourself kind of like being in tune with a lot of
and then the words.
Exactly, the words just flow out. So unaweka notebook ama simu tu hapo next, just in case.
Like kwa mama na baba tuwe na heshima. I'm just picturing you reciting things and you're just there like mom is looking at you like, hey, this one, you're really into it. You're really into it.
Oh.
Yeah. Anything else apart from Craft Connect?
I am an actor.
Woohoo! Yes.
Yeah. Though I haven't been in a film for a minute. So if you know something that we can get on,
links guys.
Tafadhali.
Links guys. Comment section is so open for people. So much data we need from you. Help us. Yeah.
Then there's I sing.
That's what I was waiting for you to say. I was
Yes.
like, oh my god, she better say music and singing. She better say this because it's amazing.
Yeah.
Tell us about the singing.
Singing and rapping.
Yes. Guys, told you I got you.
The singing. Okay. Singing for me now, ni one of those self-esteem. Yeah, because from a young age, kuna watu wameshinda wakiniambia, oh, you can't sing, you can't do anything with music. You go to high school, it was very like heavily musical.
Yeah.
Then you find the people that are supposed to guide you on how to like learn. They're like, hey, you're tone deaf. Oh, you're this. Oh, your voice.
Oh no.
You know, and because you have to fit into like the choir, like you're either a soprano. Maybe I want to travel.
Yeah, you know, you want to do experimental music.
I want to.
Yes, noise music and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So again, after Muthoni was born is when songs zimekuwa zikiandikwa.
Help me demand this exclusives. Help me. What?
Yeah. So the songs were that I found this song that I wrote when I was a child. It was so,
Yeah.
Let me see. Do I remember how it went? Okay, nitakumbuka.
Yes.
Nikikuja nitaimba.
Sing it for us on Instagram socials, guys. Remind her we need this song.
So venye niliingia, like when Muthoni was born is when I felt comfortable enough to like put out a song, and then I went on my Instagram account. I opened an entirely new, like nili switch.
Yeah.
Nikafungua Muthoni Ni Mimi account, and then I put up a live of me singing, and then unajikazia, so like my voice felt so suppressed at that time.
Oh.
You can barely hear. I looked at those videos, I was like, oh,
It's
you've
so
come
cute.
so far. Oh, I love you.
Because just be like, oh, so cute.
Yeah, so nikaanza like sing it out just on Instagram,
Yeah.
putting it out there, and then like there's those friends who are like, yes, more, give us
Do
more.
it. Oh, Timo.
Team
Cheerleading.
yes.
Yeah.
Na Mayusana from Bendihur. Yes.
Ah, cool.
So like that kind of encouragement was really, really impactful, like in how my singing progressed.
Yeah.
And then I met my producer, and then things just opened up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Into beautiful, amazing things. Jumbo Dumbo.
Jumbo, hey!
Jumbo.
Dumbo.
Oh, you guys don't even know. These links are about to drop you. Nice. So before we finish, a little bit about the rapping.
Okay, so with the rapping, it was something that I was not really pushed, but semi-pushed. Sometimes you need a little
Nudge. Yeah.
You're sitting on shit.
Yeah.
So,
imagine all these things you keep dropping here, like holding out on us. Yeah.
we set myself up.
Maybe the people will demand. It's campaign season. Yeah.
With the rapping, it was something that I was, let's say, pushed to explore by 2K Benga, my producer, stroke manager, stroke co-founder of the Hippie Circle. So we used to talk a lot about music, because when we met, the thing we met at a film set, but we connected because I saw like his DAW open, and I was like, ooh, what's this?
This is interesting.
Exactly. And
yeah.
So we started just talking about music. He'd send me like lyrics he'd written, and then I'd send him some shit, because I'm also new to songwriting in front of other humans.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sending him some shit. He's like, this is nice. Make it a little bit, because of course ukianza kuna mawimbo zingine unaandikanga, you're like, those ones you
fucking Twinkle Twinkle Little Star sounds better.
So I started working on it with him, and then eventually ikafika pahali, and he's like, you got it. Okay, now go.
Yay.
Now go.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for that amazing stuff you're doing for us. It's very, very, very inspiring. Anything else you want to add for the people? Anything you're working on? Anything we look forward to? Apart from these many links that you're going to send us. Yeah. Say hello to the people. Drop your socials.
Hello.
Hello, people. Yes. Stay hydrated.
Vile na wakunywa. Yeah. Okay, so currently I'm working on a project exploring. I'm trying to like find myself, of course, and find like self-love and what that means to me. So I'm working on a project that represents that, which is like music, a bit of poetry, a bit of rap, like just generally, self-love and what love means to me.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sema. Thank you for Sasa nenda produce your shit. Yeah, so if you want to know more details, I'll be posting it on my socials. That is at Muthoni Ni Mimi everywhere.
Even in your grandmother's phone. Everywhere. Yes, awesome. You need to inspire the people. If you could drop one piece of advice for poets, and especially like female poets in the industry or poets in general in Kenya, people doing poetry in Kenya, what advice would you give?
Learn money. Learn money.
Yeah.
We have, I feel like, okay, in the art industry in general, just Kenyan culture, but in the art industry especially, we avoid talking about money. And as creatives, I feel like the whole aspect of capitalism feels a bit foreign to a lot of us. So we kind of don't want to learn anything about it because it feels like alafu imposter syndrome. Oh, am I giving my worth? Nini.
Yeah.
But if you learn money and you understand how it works, the industry, the business, and what you deserve, and then that'll allow you to like mna clear hiki too, you know, like you're set in terms of finances, and then from there you go on with creating your art vizuri. You can share your resources. Tunaweza kaa hapa tuandike wimbo pamoja, and we know how to split the percentages. Everybody is good. Everybody now we create, you know. And of course ndio sif organizers uko nje wanafanya mambo
jokes. People are joking
with people's bread.
Yeah.
So just learn money, and definitely you are worth so much more than a lot of people will let you know.
You're worth more than exposure, guys.
Tafadhali. Exposure don't pay. Akikwambia anataka kukulipa na exposure mwambie.
Oh no.
Akulipie fare na hizo exposure. Driver anaitisha exposure 10. Yeah, and all that. I'm being corny as fuck.
Point driven home.
Yes.
So, okay, so thank you so much for having us. I'm so happy for having us. Technically, yes, because you've had us, you know. You've had our Shairi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us, babe. We've been waiting to do this. I'm happy we finally done it, and I feel like we can keep going and going because it's us. You know, it's us. So thank you so much for joining us. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we get to enjoy some poetry from Muthoni Ni Mimi herself. Woohoo!
Yeah.
She's a spell that worked and went to a river that flows beyond the well, a queen, a goddess of vagabonds and ne'er-do-wells, the last hope of anyone but herself. Dear black woman, I know like you've heard that you are magic, with skin that absorbs light and shines it through your eyes, and hair that grows towards the sun. Following the light you've been denied, your intelligence is boundless, and your beauty never dies. It's dancing to the sound of silence, the music in the winter night. So claim your place with the brethren and reach for the heavens hidden in the sky. Dear black woman, I know like for you pain is tragic. With skin that absorbs bullets, life flashing past your eyes, black man, black woman, black child, black lives in a state, penitentiary, or we're too late. He didn't survive. We took precautions like we should. Paid our dues, went to school, filled our minds with facts and truths of how we lived and how we should, took the blows and nursed the wounds, and now our lips are tired of weeping and our feet refuse to move. Dear black woman, I know, like I for you, prim and proper is a habit. Slick hair, big smile, too sexy, Samahani told you. Hair screams rebellion, untamed and undeserving, unprofessional and undermining, that your hips look inviting, baby girl, with that dress. What are you trying? Raise your fist, it's time you're buying. Paper clips and worn out recipes passed down like generational tragedy. A spoonful of salt, black pepper, and some cumin. Masala, paprika, cayenne pepper, and some Cupid. Like mama showed me how, and her mama before that, keep your eyes to the ground and ready your fist for an attack, dear black woman. I know you've heard this before, but you're magic. And I'll say it again and again and again because you are magic. With skin that absorbs light and shines it through your eyes, and hair that grows towards the sun. Following the light you've been denied, your intelligence is boundless, and your beauty never dies. It's dancing to the sound of silence, the music in the winter night. So claim your place with the brethren and reach for the heavens, hidden in the sky. Fly, little birdie, fly. I fell in love with misery's unwavering charm. Half smiles, half ego, and a bit of pride, telling me when to jump and how high, when I'm good enough and when I'm just trying. You choose when to love and when you need time to teach me patience, how to love you right. Red candlelight, your grip on my inner thigh, warm breaths turn sighs, chilled wine on a moonless night. Misery loves company, cry into my arms again. Misery loves company, I'll break you twice to hear your voice again. Cheyenne, baby, please, darling, baby, why won't you love me? Heavy are the chains of swallowed tears, silent love for a mate so cavalier, mirror laced with shame. I know no truer fear, like blurred vision from self-love to self-saboteur. I never said I loved. I said I offer truants, an illusion of pain, joy, hate, and a lust so pure. Rage, I cure, now sink. You never made me feel like God above. Never stroked my ego hard enough, so this is on you. Death's permanent bluff, a skeleton in a skirt. Let me show you heaven. Unplug, God's unconditional love.